What's good, family? What's good, family? On this rainy day, this is your boy Urban Sports Guru. Let me give you my picks for Week 5. Give you my Week 5 selections and also my Stone Cold lock. Y'all been paying attention. Y'all been getting some money. Y'all realize my Stone Cold locks have hit. All of them have hit. The only one that did not hit was last week, Sunday night, when Patrick Mahomes slid instead of scoring a touchdown. That's the only one of my locks that did not hit. So if you want to get some money, bet my Stone Cold locks and shout me out after you win. After I gave you my Stone Cold lock, shout your boy out. Just saying. Okay, in London, we have the Jags against the Bills. Technically, this is a Bills home game, but the Jags play in London every single year. And they're playing in London for the second week in a row. It's more of a home game for Jacksonville than it is Buffalo, even though it's a neutral site. We all know that. However, have you paid attention to Buffalo's offensive line, how good they're playing? Have you paid attention to the fact that they're able to run the football? Have you paid attention to how that defense is adjusting to having Sean McDermott running it? Have you paid attention that Josh Allen is not turning the ball over? And Gabe Davis is being a fine compliment to Stephon Diggs? Buffalo's one of the top, not top 5, top 3 teams in football right now. I thought they was going to have a regression. Looks like I was wrong. Buffalo, giving 5.5. I'm taking the Bills. Titans on the road. And the Colts now shows reports. I haven't completely confirmed reports that the Colts finally paid the running back, which is smart, very smart, because he's what they need in offense to help complement that young quarterback. However, the Titans defensively can really, really get after the quarterback, and Henry ran wild last week. I expect him to run very well this week. As long as Titans protect the football, they protect the football and protect their quarterback, and running game will help protect that quarterback. I like Tennessee. They're giving 2.5. Take the Titans. Saints are on the road in New England. Now, New England had a horrible week in Dallas, but that was expected, as I told y'all. Now, the Saints defense has an equally just as good defense. They don't get after the quarterback the way Dallas does, but they're the equally good defense. And Mac Jones, I mean, his pea shooter for an arm, trying to make throws to the other side of the field, that was a bad throw. But anything he has to throw outside the numbers is he doesn't have the cannon for that. He doesn't. His timing has to be perfect. If his timing is not perfect, it's going to be an incompletion, if not worse. Saints have a good enough defense to force those kind of mistakes. And Patriots, they've had some injuries, I believe. I'm not sure if Matt Judon is playing. Patriots are given a point. Saints offensively, they laid an egg last week. I don't expect them to look that bad again. I like the Saints. Take the Saints. Patriots are given a point. Take the Saints. Ravens on the road against the Steelers. And this is a great point that I've been saying for a long time in this series. For so long, this series became something and this was during the time both teams are very mirror images of each other. The thing is, Pittsburgh's always had much better quarterback play. Even when this rivalry really started, when Cordell Stewart slashed with the quarterback, going up against Elvis Grbac, or before that, Trent Dilfer. And then afterwards, the Kyle Bowlers and the Ravens have always had average to not great quarterback play. Not great quarterback play, and by then Pittsburgh had a Hall of Famer in Ben Roethlisberger. And the Ravens have decidedly better quarterback. They just do. They just have a decidedly better quarterback, and the Steelers don't look like the Steelers. They don't have the same physicality and offensive line, being able to run the football, being able to protect their quarterback. The Ravens coming off a get-right game, playing a good Cleveland Browns defense, and the Browns team without their quarterback. Now they're playing against a team that have a lot of skill position guys, but no physicality. Ravens still bringing the physicality on both sides of the ball. One of my Stone Cold locks, Ravens on the road in Pittsburgh, giving 4. Take the Ravens. And the Texans on the road at the Falcons. I like the Texans to win the game outright. Forget the fact that the Falcons are giving 1.5. It's very simple. That quarterback Stroud is balling. He's balling right now. He's protecting the ball. And he's really just making fine decisions with the football. And if you see the way that defense is playing for D'Amico Ryans, you put them now, defense travels. That defense is going to travel. Will Anderson is balling. I said this beginning, everybody forgetting he was the other first round pick. This is Will Anderson, who last year would have been the number 1 pick. He would have been picked number 1 over Hayden Hutchinson. Over Hayden Hutchinson and the guy in Jacksonville, over Walker. He would have been picked number 1 without question. So they ended up getting him at 3 or 4, whatever they got him. So that's a blessing for them. Texans, they're looking very good right now. Atlanta has a bunch of skill position players, and I like their front. Desmond Ridder is not an NFL quarterback, and they're paying for it. If they had an NFL quarterback, then you could say something. But right now, they just don't have it. Take the Texans. I like the Texans. Panthers on the road. Lions are giving 10. Lions are coming off a mini bye week, and they're home playing against a Panthers team that's struggling in many different ways. My other stone cold lock. The Lions at home giving 10 points against a Panthers team. They can't force some turnovers, but Lions will be able to run the football, run that play action game. I like the Lions coming off a mini bye. Dan Campbell's, he got something cooking right now with these guys. Take the Lions. That's my other stone cold lock. My stone cold locks are the Ravens and the Lions. Take that, make some money, and shout me out when you do. So we have the Giants. My Giants on the road in Miami. And I got to be honest, I want to just say this is a stone cold lock for Miami. I want to say that. But I'm taking Miami to win. Miami's giving 12. I'm taking Miami to win because the Giants' defense just doesn't seem like they can stop anybody. They have so much miscommunication in their secondary, and that's a bad recipe considering everything that Mike McDaniels does with motion to confuse the defense as far as what it is they're trying to do. And the fact that where they can attack the edges with their running game after doing that, where the Giants are susceptible in the run game, that also problematic. However, this could end up being a high-scoring game back and forth. There's a chance for the Giants to at least cover because Miami's defense has shown they can't stop anybody. They have resources on defense, but right now, in Vic Fangio, we all love him, but right now it's not looking good. It's just being covered up by the fact that the offense can score 70. So that's covering up what we're seeing on defense. Buffalo supposed, okay, keep them at a reasonable number. We'll run it up on them. So Giants have a chance to cover, chance to win. I don't see it. I want to be wrong. I know I roll my Giants, but I'm taking the Dolphins. Bengals on the road against the Cardinals. This is going to be a tough game because seeing the way the Cardinals have been playing, very physical, and played the Niners tough, but the Niners eventually pulled away. Now you got the Bengals. You have a great quarterback who's injured and not playing like a great quarterback because he's injured. Just when is he going to start looking like himself? That's the only question with Cincinnati. Second Joe Burrow starts looking like himself, Cincinnati's going to be something to mess with, something to be afraid of. But right now, he's not. Since he's given 3, I call it a pick 'em. Take Cincy because Cincy, you don't know when Joe Burrow's going to start looking like Joe Burrow. They got the skill positions. Take Cincy given 3. Not one of my locks, but take Cincy given 3. Now we have the Eagles on the road against the Rams. Eagles are given 4. Eagles have not looked as good as they've done last year because everything just went according to plan. This year it's not, but they're still winning, and more often than not, they're still covering. Eagles still gets after the quarterback. Rams can't protect theirs. Eagles can pound the run. Rams don't really do well against the run. The Rams, Stafford, with a lot of pass rush, will turn the ball over. Guess what? Eagles force a lot of turnovers. I don't see the Rams defense being able to force turnovers out of Jalen Hurts unless he just blatantly just making mistakes. I like the Eagles. Give them the 4. Take the Eagles. Jets and the Nathaniel Hackett Bowl. We have the Jets on the road in Denver. Denver's given 2.5. Now the Broncos defense has looked horrible this year, but we got Wilson. We have Russell Wilson versus Zach Wilson. What is it going to come down to? Can Zach Wilson at least repeat the performance he gave last week? Can he at least repeat that performance where he looked like an NFL quarterback, where he actually looked good? Can he repeat that? That's the question. Then we have the Broncos. Um, Finally, some semblance of life, where they were getting stomped by Chicago of all teams. Finally came to life. Made a big comeback. Can they build on this momentum? I actually like Denver to build on this momentum and come away with a win, given 2.5. Chiefs are on the road in Minnesota. I like the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs to come back to full defensively. And more importantly, the defense did not play badly. Yes, Zach Wilson, of all people, you know what I'm saying, looked pretty good. But the problem is, was Patrick Mahomes with his turnovers. I don't see him turning the ball over like that against the Vikings defense. That was against the Jets defense. This is the Vikings defense. Chiefs getting 3.5. Take the Chiefs. Cowboys at 49ers. I won't be shocked if the Cowboys won that game, on this game. Why? It's October. Cowboys celebrate in October. So I won't be shocked if they won this game. I really, truly wouldn't. I honestly, truly wouldn't. However, looking at the way San Fran just physically dominates you on both sides of the ball, they really just give it to you. And there is a question mark. What happens when Brock Purdy's put in a position where he has to make plays? That is able to be limited because he's really not asked to go down the field. He's really not asked. But what happens when teams get a lead on them and then he has to come back? So there is that question. I don't think Dallas can force him into that scenario, though. I just don't think they can. The only question is, I think the Niners win. The only question is, do they cover? Given 4, price will probably go down closer to the game. Take the Niners. Monday night, we have the Packers against the Raiders. Packers are coming off a little mini bye. They will not have their left tackle because Bakhtiari can't stay healthy. He's out for the season. But they've had 10 days to prepare for that. Against the Raiders, who offensively at times look nice, defensively got a player or two, but they just have a lot of building to do. And is Jimmy G going to be playing? Probably not. Can't stay healthy. Take the Packers. Raiders are giving 1. Take the Packers. They're a more sound, completely top to bottom football team. I like the Packers. Those are my picks. My Stone Cold locks are the Ravens and the Lions. It's your boy, Urban Sports Guru. I'm out. Salute.